I'm gonna make this video. I don't know how it's gonna come off. It's nothing crazy. It's gonna be on the subject of tarot readers, who have been, really good to me, as far as helping me understand myself, helping me understand the things around me, helping me realize what's been going on around me. But then, um, it starts to turn. You literally cannot talk to any of these people unless you give up money, and they say it's how you sew in and support them. I don't know if they're aware that when your craft first started to function, what you did determined how your community treated you. Like, they took care of you, they built you temples. You know what I mean? And then you had to take on a overlay of darkness and fear because that's the only protection you had. Around a bunch of crazy, males who could do whatever they wanted. You know what I mean? So you had to put fear in them, right? And that's all fine and dandy, but back to the point, the community took care of you because of the service you provided. They didn't give you money unless they wanted to. They gave you gifts, they gave you food, they built you shelter, and they came to you with respect because of what you did for them. The community now seems to be solely based around money. I've been trying to just talk to somebody about what I've been going through because these people, this is their world. I mean, they've spent 20 plus years doing what they're doing. I've only come to understanding of it in the last, well, since Thanksgiving. And, I'm not going to say I know everything, anything like that. I don't. That's why I want to talk to somebody. But it's crazy that I can think the way I do, understand the way I do, and then, I don't see anybody doing anything. Now maybe I'm wrong. We're all here to learn lessons. That's cool. I'm okay with being wrong. But I just kind of wanted to express this because the other part of what's going on that maybe most of you don't know what happened between me and Miranda. The first time I ever met this girl, I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. It was like I grabbed a horse fence, like a literal shock within my chest that, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this? Right? So, I'm only guessing that that's why they call it a twin flame connection, is because you feel like that when you meet them. Either that or it was energetic manipulation. Again, I'd like to talk to somebody, but I can't. Well, this kind of happened to me again with somebody in the community. I'm not going to call you out. You know, I stood up for myself, is what I was doing. That was self love that you saw on all your message boards, because I don't know if you're aware or not, but twice through the Signal app, if it was you, I mean, I got a voice recorded message that sounded like you. And yeah, what's a guy supposed to think when you start asking him relationship questions, and then you pump him for information about his life, and then you put out a video that pretty much mirrors everything you said, like it's a tarot reading? I don't know what to make of that. Now, all I wanted was a 5-minute conversation to figure this out, but you can't get it. So again, today, for a price, I could have got a private reading. Fuck that, I'll go buy my own cards and learn how to do it. I'm not looking for a reading. I can get plenty of that from the community. I just want to figure out what's going on. I just want to get the ball rolling in the positive direction. Now, I don't know what's going on in anybody else's lives. I don't, which is why I want to talk. But you can't talk unless you give up the money. So, obviously, I'm hoping this video reaches a certain someone. But at this point, I don't care anymore. You know, the gypsy who came at me last night. Oh man, You know what I mean? You try and convince me that I can't do anything without this half, yet all this half wants me to do is open up my door freely and give her an energetic connection. I'm not that stupid. That happened the first time. And the first time I talked to her and we started talking, like, it all come out of me, right? But then when I drew it back, I drew it back. I felt it come in. So again, I don't understand, but I know what I felt, and I can't talk to anybody about it because nobody will talk to you. $3.99 a minute. No, thank you for your free psychic reading, man. You that, or maybe I just believe in a different standard. Which, well, I know that's true. But anyway, if you do get this, it's a yes or no question. Yes or no answer to my question. Sorry. And I'll leave you the hell alone. I have no problem with that. I am not needy. I am not narcissistic. I am not a day trader. Absolutely not. I'm not a day trader sitting here watching every goddamn tarot I can get. No. I'm learning about myself and becoming aware of the whole system. Now, what else is kind of crazy is how things move throughout the community. When you start posting on boards and saying stuff, people respect you, but then you say something that they don't like, and suddenly, you get your own little personal slap in the face. I see it. I notice it. And I'm fully accepting when I need to learn something. But when you can't talk to somebody, they don't know who you are. They don't know what you're going through. They're just reading cards, telling you who you are, which works. Honestly, fortune telling and all this stuff, what wouldn't be the coolest process of healing other than some cool cards, and somebody reading their intuition? It's a cool thing. I dig it. I think used correctly, it's helpful. But just like anything, you can turn it into bad. Gypsy. Which, right across from my hotel, there's a bunch of people living in a bus on the side of the road and a bunch of broke down cars. Looks like gypsies. Coincidence? But, yeah, so lots of stuff, lots of questions, but, when you're really actually going through shit, the only thing that's there for you is the physical thing you can't see. Your inner child, your spirits, your ancestors, all that stuff. And it's awesome. But you're still left in a very alone place physically, which I've been my whole life. And anybody that came into it, I was super thankful just to get fucked over. If it wasn't your intention, then thank you. But it's hard for me to see any of that right now. When I'm reflecting and looking back, I'm not dwelling on it. It has to be sat with. It has to be accepted. Just like the shitty shit you've done in your life, you have to sit with it. You have to accept it in order to forgive yourself. It's all the same cycle. So I really don't understand what this community is trying to say about just ignoring all of it. I get dwelling on it. I'm not dwelling on anything. I'm trying to understand what I'm going through from people who should know about what I'm going through. But the alternative is just putting my thoughts down on a video and sending it out there. So that's what I'm doing.